Hello everyone, Semi-Retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. Today we're very briefly going to talk about cholesterol. If you're new to the channel, you may be wondering, Bob, what am I watching here? Well, normally I'm out walking. It's been really cold and damp here in Nebraska. It is not damp out there today, but it's only like 52 degrees, and it's supposed to be closer to 70 tomorrow, so I'm going to not walk outside again today. I did go over to the Y this morning and lift some weights. I was only over there for about a half hour, so I didn't do a lot of lifting, but when you're doing it right, you don't need to do a lot of lifting. But normally, as I said, if you're new to the channel, I am normally out walking while I record these videos. But I do want to welcome you to the channel. I'm glad you're here. If this is your first time here or your 10th time here and you're not subscribed to the channel, please feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a dime to hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and give me a like and go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the brick wall behind me. I'm trying that out today. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. I'm glad you're here today. This is primarily a longer version of my mic test that I've been doing because those of you that watch my videos know I've been having some background noise in my videos for the last 3 or 4 videos, and I think I've got it solved, but we shall see. So let me know if the sounds okay. But I thought it would be a little weird to post up a 4 or 5 or 10-minute video about testing sound. So we are going to talk very briefly about cholesterol because I've had a few comments about that recently. People asking, well, you know, I don't feel really good yet. I've gone and gotten my labs tested and my cholesterol is way out of whack. I'm thinking about stopping, all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to go over it very briefly with you here. But understand this is really just a sound check video. But one of the first things we need to understand about cholesterol is that 80% of the cholesterol in your body made. Your diet only affects about 20% of your total cholesterol. You need to understand that because your diet can make a little bit of a difference, but it's not a huge difference. It's only a 20% difference in how much cholesterol you have in your body. And let's get something straight right now. You know, everybody wants to talk about HDL and LDL and everything else. There's no such thing as LDL cholesterol, and there's no such thing as HDL cholesterol, good cholesterol or bad cholesterol. Cholesterol is cholesterol. It's the molecule cholesterol. The HDL is high density lipoproteins, and the LDL is low density lipoproteins. Basically, they are the transporters that, among other things, because they do much more than just transport cholesterol, but those are the mechanisms that cholesterol is transported throughout the body in. And you know, we have, I don't remember what the number is, several trillion cells in our body. Each and every cell, the membrane, what number did I write down? Yeah. Cell membranes. Every cell in your body is made up of about 30% cholesterol. So it sounds to me like if you lower cholesterol, that you wouldn't have enough building blocks to keep your cells healthy. That's just my opinion. I don't know the science behind it to back that up, but that's one of the things to think about when you're thinking about your cholesterol. Another thing to think about with your cholesterol is, you know, how do you feel? I say this a lot on my channel. How do you feel? How does it make sense that, you know, your joints got better, you're losing weight, your muscles are getting bigger, you can do more activities, all of your other aches and pains, your gut issues, your autoimmune conditions, everything else is getting better. But this one thing, the LDL, looks like it's getting worse. Well, I've found something, and again, this is not research, this is not scientific, although the doctors that talk about this do have some science background. So, but anyway, but if everything else is getting better and feeling better, how is it that perhaps this one thing our body gets wrong? Really? I don't think so. And here's why I don't think so. There have been some studies. Now, I don't know if I have no idea if these are good studies or bad studies, but there are some studies. Dr. Paul Mason does a really good video about this. Dr. Sean Baker has a video about this. Dr. Barry has a video about this. There are many of the doctors that I follow, and I think Dr. Chafee has videos about this, but I didn't find any right off the top as I was glancing through. But vegetable seed oils, which, as we know, we've talked about before, all plants have sterols in them. Sterols are it's not really artificial cholesterol. It's just a molecule that is very, very close to cholesterol, and it makes the body, some of the receptors in your body can look at this sterol and they will say, oh, that's cholesterol. So they suck it up out of your bloodstream, but then it doesn't work right. And of course, there's always a bell curve to everything that happens in the body. Most people only absorb about 1% of the sterols that you take in, which is why most people still do okay on plants. But what if you're at the upper end of the bell curve and you're taking in, 3, 4, 5% of the sterols? Your body sees that as cholesterol, but then it doesn't know what to do with it once it gets it into your system. It is theorized that seed oils, because when they do the lipid panel testing, this plant sterol, this artificial cholesterol, doesn't register on a standard lipid profile. When they do your lipid panels while you're still eating a standard American diet, those seed oils artificially lower your LDL. So, and as we've talked about in previous videos, there's not a bunch of guys in long white coats with great big brains setting the standards. What is a normal LDL range? What do they consider out of bounds? When they originally establish any kind of lab result, what they do is they just take a random group of patients, they look at it all and go, okay, well, this is where they all fall within this range, so we'll take the median of that and say that's normal. Many of the doctors talking about LDL will hypothesize that when you remove the seed oils from your diet, that it's not your LDL going up. Technically, it is going up, but they see this as a return to more normal LDL over the course of time for your body. So don't get super freaked out if your LDL goes way up. And, Dr. Mason has several good videos about, damaged LDL versus non-damaged LDL and small dense particles and all that stuff. I'm not going to go into all that here on this channel because we all know when Bob tries to do science, he gets himself in trouble. So if you want to know more about that, feel free to go over to Low Carb Down Under, look up Dr. Mason. Just type in Dr. Mason cholesterol into the YouTube search bar, and the first 3 or 4 videos that pop up will be about that subject. Couple of quick things that I wanted to remind you about. Well, one in particular, I did want to remind you that July the 27th, it's coming up. It's May the 1st now, but so it's still a ways off. But July the 27th, I'm having a get together here in Omaha. We're going to meet at Putting Plus at, what did I say? About 2:00 in the afternoon. We're going to grill hamburgers, and we're going to play miniature golf on one of the oldest miniature golf courses in the country. It opened in 1968. It is still in the same location it was in. All of the concrete that was poured then, although it's been patched in several spots because concrete shifts in Nebraska, but all of the holes are the same as they were, with a few minor modifications, as they were back in 1968. So it should be a good time. And the reason I picked that date is that is the day before the 2-day Omaha Hard to Kill Summit. It's actually Hard to Kill Summit Omaha. So if you're coming into town for that, consider coming in a day early and coming out and playing some miniature golf. I'll have more information about that as the dates get closer. And today is May the 1st. Remember, folks, we are doing a No Way May, or No Scale May. Just stay off the scale. You get one day. You get to pick one day, and you can scale yourself throughout the month. I have picked May 9th because that is my 1 year on Carnivore Diet mark. So I want to be able to give you an accurate weight on May the 9th for exactly how much weight I lost in a year. And we'll talk about all of the other things that have happened when we get to that video. I'm actually getting pretty excited. That should be a great day, even if I don't quite make it to 150 pounds gone. I'm at like 148 and a half right now. Hopefully I can lose another 1.5 pounds between now. I've got basically 8 days to get that done. Hopefully I get there. But if not, I'm not going to be super disappointed because I've still lost 148 and a half pounds. That's pretty exciting in and of itself, plus all of the healing that I've done. But those are a couple announcements to be aware of. And that's what I've got for you today, folks. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.